And here we are.
All right. Good evening, family. We're glad you're there. Appreciate you all. Blessings to you all as well. We appreciate you all hanging out with us a little bit on this Tuesday afternoon. Um, did I share something with you?
Hold on. Let me
I think I
pull it up.
did, but it was. Well, I don't know if we can play it because there's music in it.
Oh yeah, no, we ain't gonna be able to play it if it's
Okay. But let's I don't know. We ain't trying to spoil somebody's dinner on Thursday.
Oh yeah, you know what? I know you know. Hey, I was gonna hit you with that too, man. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing Friday,
Nothing.
dude? We might can come on and hit them if you ain't doing nothing around 1:00.
Okay.
I'll send you a link. You know if you don't want to leave, I can send you a link
Okay.
or however you want to do it.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Because I do want to touch off into that. Then it'll be after Thanksgiving.
Oh, so we gonna hold off.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna
we'll
beat
do.
nobody up until.
Yeah.
Okay, you done messed my whole plan up.
No, I mean if you want to.
No. You just switched it up. So
Okay, because I
Because we
mean
gonna
we
get 'em.
we would have more time to go in depth
okay.
into it, and then we can still get the people.
Wait a minute. Make it members only. Who's that? What's that?
Hey, it ain't started yet. You know what? We're gonna make that some members only Friday at 1:00.
Okay.
Because what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna make today, but family, I was running a little late. I ran into a few obstacles.
Yeah. But he the man, so some obstacles always gonna get thrown his way.
Cause
Yeah.
really, if you want to do it tomorrow, we ain't gotta wait to Friday. Because I really don't have. After I do, you know what I'm saying? Is you off tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow.
Well, yes, we can come on. Look, man, we can come on.
Okay.
If you don't want to come, I can send you a link. However you want to do it, but we can come on.
Let me see, because I'm working with my nephew on on one of my
Okay, just let me
car.
know.
So yeah, but Friday might be better than tomorrow. So yeah. But yeah, we'll figure it out. What the heck? All right. Cool. I'm off too. See, Omar Thorpe. That name sounds familiar.
Oh, Martha. He always in the chat. He always in the chat.
Okay. That yeah. Oh, let me see. So then Mick then threw me a curveball, but that's okay. We'll hold off on that till Friday. Let's get back into what we were talking about with voting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Will it be after 4? We do on Friday. On Friday, we're gonna do one.
One.
Yeah, we're gonna do one on Friday. Yeah. Oh, you're in North Carolina. Okay, cool. All right. Let's hit this voting thing again, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think what we're missing and what we're not realizing is that the parties are always going to tilt voting in their favor based upon what agenda that they're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
there's a book that I'm reading right now talking about how the Supreme Court got compromised, and that started with President Nixon in 1968 when he became the president over Barry Goldwater and Hubert Humphrey, where business started to be more important than truth and reality. So when we talk about voting, and a lot of times we say, well, we're going to vote because my ancestors suffered this and they went through these things and this and that and other. But at that time, there was a little bit more truer time than now. Because at that time, you didn't have as much business influence as you do now. Now it's almost on all levels. You have business influence because, wait a minute, I sent you something about church too. Check your messenger. I think I sent it at about 4 o'clock this morning about how churches who are 501, but because they're 501 nonprofit, there's only certain limits that they can say certain things.
When did that faith-based initiative that they signed with that was up under Bush Jr.
Yeah, but because they signed that faith-based initiative and they got monies, they was getting able to get 501 and not have to claim they monies on taxes. Then part of that faith-based initiative had to be that there's only certain things that you can say. So we have to look
Talking
at
about the one with Bobby Hemmett.
Yes.
That ain't the one with music in it, is it?
I don't think so. No, the one with music in it was a white psychologist or sociologist who was just going to town. She was rough because she was talking about, in that particular one, we doing good, Pastor Gaddis. She was talking about how as much people talk about they don't want Mexicans to be here and Africans to be here. When she was like, don't go to the Mexican restaurants, don't watch sports, don't do anything that involves this group of people that you don't want to be bothered with, because then if you do that, then what you gonna have?
Right.
I think this is the one. Yeah. That you don't want to be bothered with. My bad. No, you're good. Yeah, so y'all pay attention to this. We still live, right?
Yeah, we are.
Pay attention to we gonna run that video.
I'm finna run it right now.
Okay. Pay attention to this video. This video is important because it talks about some things that the government gave allowances to for the church, and then how they quiet and quell what the church can say because of this faith-based initiative, right?
So I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So look at this analysis by one of my brothers. I haven't seen him in years because he started to be a little different.
I think he's no longer with us, Bobby.
He may not.
Yeah, no, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
Not mistaken.
Yeah. But let's run this piece and let's have this discussion.
I got you.
When the American church did a deal with the devil, only one side paid the price. Let's just say it. The Johnson Amendment didn't silence the church. It silenced the conservative church. In the name of neutrality, the IRS got the power to monitor sermons.
But like I said, that's spiritual. Because I'll repeat it again. I'll go into that again now. The 501c3 tax exempt law, which means that every black church is under the behest of the government. 501c3 tax exempt law, which means that every black church is actually run, owned, and operated by the United States government, which means in their bylaws and their clause that they can only be allowed to teach religion on an inspirational basis, but no knowledge base. 501c3 tax law says no particular black preacher can actually teach on any subject on a comprehensive level, which means he can't really go into the science of it. That means if you know a black preacher, they'll come up, they'll say the topic of the day, and they'll read 2 or 3 Bible verses, and then they'll go into some shit in the community or whatever, and then they'll start hollering and going down Glory Road. That's it. You see these white people, them white teachers, them preachers on TV be teaching. You understand what I'm saying? They teach. But also the 501c3 law said that no black preacher can teach on revelations. So even though there's metaphysical revelation, they can't even teach on even just the coming of the Christ as far as everything tearing down around, because that can even wake a nigga up.
And guess what happened? Talk about abortion, and you're suddenly too political. Stand for traditional marriage, and you're skirting IRS rules. Mention actual biology, and you're risking your tax status. But say the exact opposite from a leftist worldview? No problem at all. Progressive churches became full-blown political platforms, backing candidates, running issue campaigns, hosting rallies, all while holding on to their 501c3 protection. The media never calls it out. The IRS barely blinks. And the congregations? Many never even saw it happening. Conservative pastors were muzzled.
There you go.
Okay. So what essentially this initiative is saying is that you can forget a status, but there's only certain things that you're going to be able to say. You can't talk about, like you said, about abortion and other things but you can't really give life sustaining information, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but in the so-called separation between church and state, that's not the case, because politicians are allowed to come in and talk to churches, but they're not allowed, questions can be asked of them. So it's almost like there's a double-edged sword in this situation, where politicians can come in, speak, talk to people, and then walk out without having someone to question what it is that they are asking or are saying. That the larger the church, the larger the handcuffs. Okay. And Pastor Gaddis say he's not a 501 because he's not going to go abide by those rules, laws, and restrictions. And that's noteworthy, and it's honorable, because in that way you can teach and you can preach, and they won't be able to control you by the use of your status. But as we're going through this social crisis where they're telling us that our history is not important, these are the very places that our history need to be taught. Most of the time they're not, and if they are, it's only during certain times of year. You're not going to really have them talk about Kwanzaa. You're not really, Black History program typically has to be based upon the faith, instead of just being able to give information and help people have a different understanding. Well, it's got to be based upon what the church says and does in the church's structure. And most of the time that's got something to do with their ministries that they have there, right? The youth ministry got to put on a program, and this program, and I'm not knocking that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, what more food are you giving the people that are starving there, that are and they're hungry? Because if churches decide that they're going to follow this status, and they receive this faith-based initiative, that essentially locks them up, that they're only able to talk about a certain level of things. You really can't talk about, hey, how are we going to have our congregation to be this, or how are you going to help people to do that? That's the reason why we see a lot of congregations not help people in that are not part of the church, because this initiative really locks their hands up. And then there's only certain things that they can teach from the Bible based upon that, not only that initiative, but what they get told by the body that gives them the license to be able to preach.
Facts. I think when that in 2000, it was the faith-based initiative. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, please help me out. But I thought it was the faith-based initiative that they signed up under George W. Bush Jr.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And and then so therefore that helped open the status of them being 501s, because there was a point in time where there were we didn't have 501s. We didn't do any of that.
Oh wow, yeah. RIP to Viola Ford Fletcher. Prayers for family and history is everything. That was the last lady from the living from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, she passed away 2 days ago.
RIP too.
Yeah, and also to H. Rap Brown.
Yeah, H. Rap Brown
passed away a couple days ago, and to Jimmy Cliff, who is if anybody knows anything about reggae.
Yeah, RIP to him too.
Yeah. So we thank you all for your contributions to, keeping us informed and uplifted. So if we have this initiative, if we have things that tie our hands up, if we're locked in with politicians, because like you say, we got these elections coming up, and these guys gonna be roaming through each and every nook, crook, and cranny that they possibly can to garner votes.
Have you been paying attention to the fugazi that's been going on?
No, talk to me.
Have you seen more people popping up? And I'm not mad. I hope everybody do it. Have you seen everybody gearing up with their podcast to be doing these interviews, getting this election money for next year?
Oh, well,
you ain't been peeping out. Like, I'm always sitting back looking at certain things when I see people who ain't been on there but popping out now. They so-called,
Well, you went away on this.
Because I had to catch myself. because I'm saying, because a lot of these, they know they're not going to be challenged. You see, I'm seeing certain people who gonna do them softball interviews, and I'm saying they want a lot of their friends. I'm watching a lot of stuff going on. The gearing up. I'm just sitting back. It's just funny.
Because they're gonna probably, run unopposed.
No, not that. They're gonna have their friends, that FBI friends, brothers, and in-laws, where they're not gonna ask a question like a brother Elliott will come through, cut through the chase, and gonna give them what, it ain't gonna be one of them got you moments.
Okay. Well, guess what? Then that means we just have to be available to get got.
Oh, I plan on seeing you out there working hard. Like, we're gonna be on the scene this summer. I mean, next year. Like, cause listen, they gonna have to look. Somebody gonna have to come to you sooner or later.
Right.
Or if we got to do like they do in the old days, pop up at them. They get, I'm gonna call it get-togethers with their friends and pop up on them with the mic and the camera and do it right there.
Right. Hey, man, that's righteous though, because people need to know. And I think the reason why we have so much voter apathy is because people don't know. It's because people see people are not stupid. People see the manipulation. People see all of that stuff. And what it is, and you can see this in council, when council was very active this summer and people were very, very angry about things. It was just disorganized. But the anger was, and passion was legitimate.
Facts.
Not only talking about the one young man that talked about over there on the east side he lives, and they got these brick barriers there, and they dumping stuff over there anyway. Come on, man. That's where your job is to patrol that area to make sure that things are fine, and you talk to the residents.
Right.
And then the crazy part is, if you don't do that, and then you get upset when people come to the meeting and they're upset because, number one, we don't see you. And number two, when we do see you, it's only at some event that benefits you. I want to know who it is that's supposed to represent me. Knock on my door, or if you see me at the store, hey, stop and speak. And there's no, if I do that anyway, and I'm not, don't be trying to, with Miss Deborah Luna, you two, both of y'all. I know both of y'all. You, Uncle Mick and Mama Deborah Luna to be. Oh, I think you should run because I talk to every. See, he's smiling back there
for sure. 7th Ward.
Yeah, right. But hey, man, because if I decide to do it, the issue is it's for everybody. It's not just for a certain group of people because you got political motivations. Right. I really don't. I'm a person for people. Period. So if anybody, if I'm on the phone with one of my god brothers, you be like, man, you go to the store, you spend more. My kids hate going to the store with me. Why? Because Dad, you know somebody in the store, and it's gonna take forever, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be talking to them. There's people you know how you run the people that are familiar.
Facts. But you're a people person.
Right. So I'll stop and talk to any and everybody. No matter what. If my kids be like a 15-minute trip turning into an hour and a half. We got one item and Dad been talking all day. We just gonna go shop and we'll catch you, just pay for it on the way out.
Facts.
But that's what it requires. It doesn't require people being afraid. It requires people to, and like I said before, and I've said it a million times, we won't care nothing about you taking the cream off the top of the butter, as long as we getting butter put on our bread too.
Facts.
But if we get no bread, no butter, no cream, then it's problematic. Some of the stuff that took place this summer with people being pulled out of the car, whatever, was atrocious.
Right.
How is that okay? How do you treat your resident? How do you allow your residents to be treated that way and think that it's okay? And then from there, you just brush it off like nothing's gonna happen.
And that's why I can't take none of these people serious. It's just me being honest. Like none of the and I hate to say it, like I say, I'm cool with certain people that's part of the organization. I think I am. That's why I can't take them serious, like the organization serious, because there's too much going on. And then people be like, you can tell everybody got their own motive.
Right.
Well, let me see, their hidden agenda. Everybody got their own hidden agenda. Let me re-say that.
Yeah. And should they, number one, you don't have to hide it because we support it. That's number one. And number two, what do you get out of if you have other aspirations? We're gonna find out what they are anyway, right? So why not just be open and honest? I can't stand people that'll give you one part of the story, but yet they got another motive in the background over here. And then when you get upset that you're not buying their stuff or supporting them anymore, they want to be upset. But that was wrong in the first place for hiding. Don't hide nothing from me.
Because the lie is beautiful.
That's beautiful to people who believe the lie.
Yeah, but look at most of them do believe it. Just think about it. When Winters was saying, what's up, Marcel Tarver, thank everybody that's in the chat. My bad for coming on late. What you think going to happen? I mean, just look at this. Winters and the mayor was at Walmart. People was running up to shake his hand and had cases of water in their grocery cart. Not only they wanted to see them, hey, not looking at, man, the water's still bad. You just had Clyde Edwards and along with Judy Priestley, the councilwoman of the 4th Ward, they don't want to do the whole study on the water, if I'm not mistaken, do testing of the water. They just want to do, and I get it, sometimes you got to fight with what you can get, what I'm saying, a certain area to be tested. Why wouldn't you want to do the whole city?
Because you might find something that you are saying is not true.
Yeah, and they always saying you got clout. Well, where we gonna get the money from? Well, how else you getting all this money? You just passed $1 million and some change last night. I'm just saying certain stuff that it's always from the administration. Like, where we gonna get the money from? How did you study giving out money
if you ain't got no money?
Right. I mean, yeah, they ain't got no money to do no testing because this mayor can't say no more. We going from crisis to recovery. Now from that crisis to recovery back to crisis.
Because, well, didn't the EPA say that the water was safe to drink?
And you damn sure can't. And you see what I'm saying? How can you trust government?
No, because the government showed us to be untrustworthy.
Right. I don't know how many more times. This is what is so crazy. You got more people. Man, it's just like I say, we fighting, we fighting a fight that don't make. It's like, and we praying. Like I say, they selling hope. They back to selling hope. Like when Obama came in selling hope, these people out here pushing hope. The same playbook. They're gonna want you to vote them in, only to turn their back on you when they get in the seats.
But this has been the what do they call what we say out there? The overplay for the underlay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. And part of the issue is people that don't know. And the greater part of the issue is how long does it take? Now you're saying they can't do a recall for a year. Well, by the time that comes, who knows what they're going to be doing?
That's the point. That was the point that I was trying to make. Like you got to wait a whole year. Look how much damage you can do within a year.
Right. Within a year, I can vote in all kind of stuff for myself.
Yeah.
And then when you recall me, I don't care because guess what? I'm gone.
But what if you do a little something for some people and they go to, oh, we're going to keep him in, and they don't do the recall?
Well, if you do something for people, I think that's cool.
No, I'm just saying, you know how you could be doing, they might just look how they did. They were showing they were saying the work was being done in the first war, right? That the councilman Leon, who in there now, remember Mage was already fighting for this stuff.
Right.
It got done up under when Leon was in, so who gonna take credit for it?
Oh, well, you know,
that's what I'm saying. So, but you had people thinking, "Oh, he doing the work," and what they do.
No, well, what happened was the groundwork was laid before Councilman Mays passed away.
And but see, people didn't understand that. All they saw was a certain things was getting did. Oh, he doing the work. And was like you said, the framework was already laid down.
Right. Well, see, that's no different than if we look at 64, 65, the Civil Rights and Voter Rights Act.
Right.
They gave credit to Johnson, but the groundwork was laid by Kennedy.
Right. Right. He just didn't get to see the fruition.
Here's once again, right. But here's again where nobody studies history.
Right.
If I know that every day when you wake up and you drive, because I'm watching, I'm just as an example, people don't get carried away. Never mind, I'm gonna use me. I get up, I drive, I get in the car, I back up, and I go left every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Then people that are noticing will understand that's my pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the same place. I'm going to work in the morning. Same place. I'm going to the same place. Going to the same place. I'm going the same way. Going to the same place. I'm going to the same place. I'm going the same way on the same place. People pay attention to that. And then after a while, when the pattern doesn't change, they fall asleep to the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing that when we have people who don't pay attention to the patterns. Let me give y'all a different example. Follow me now. Pastor Gaddis, you can use this one. You see, there's a snake in the grass, and there's the snake in the grass blends in with the leaves. And at first you notice it, the second time you notice it, the third time because it's in the same place. And you do your normal routine as you walk in the yard. The snake don't move. You walk on by, no problem. Then one day you get bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got comfortable in that snake not moving. And then your pattern didn't change. And you might have, that one day you might have stepped a little bit closer. Not knowing, not paying attention because the snake just laying there, the same spot, warming itself up in the sun. It's doing the same thing over and over again. Without warning, strikes you on the leg. Holds on, fills you up full of venom. and then you laying down and you're dying, you ask the snake, why you bite me? I didn't do nothing to you. You stayed in my house, and I didn't kill you, and I didn't get rid of you. I didn't move you away. Why you bite me? What's the snake's response?
I'm a snake.
After all, I'm a snake.
Fact.
So the issue is not being able to hold people accountable.
Right.
And that's on all levels, right? So
Mhm.
even with the faith-based initiative, and we can go back to that, what it did was it made people go like, okay, well, I can run whatever run show I want to.
Right.
So it's okay for you to tell people we're not going to leave here until now. I don't know the whole context behind that, nor do I know the context behind telling people they got to give you $2,000. It could have been very easily, hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all we got some students here that are getting ready to go to school and they need this money. We got 5 students, they need $8,000. We're not going nowhere until we get that money so we can support them so they can go to school. But why you do it that way? Why not hold some other benefit to help those young people out? Or you standing people in line and they got to give you $2,000 and somebody come up short and you want to chastise them in front of the congregation and also in front of their grandson or whatever. But that's kind of because he's a boy, so it is what it is. But at what lesson is the boy going to learn from how this person treated his grandmother?
Right.
Is this boy gonna learn like, no, that either I can treat my grandmother the same way, or this person that just did this, that's an embarrassing and disrespectful and despiteful act is wrong as hell, and something needs to happen. I'll be damned if I sit on TV and being calm about it. Oh no, bro, I'm coming to see you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But see, here's the thing: if we make these people off limits, and they're not.
It's how they set it up.
It's how the system is set up.
Yeah, that's what I'll be telling people. Like, man, you think you're gonna beat this system? People got that
No,
book.
man, this system been laid out for over 400 years. And the interesting thing is, even though you have people of color that are sitting in those positions, you ain't running nothing.
No, you can't buck the system. They will show you the system. This thing will chew you up and spit you out.
Well, not only that, is if you do get in a position where you think you're making decisions, if you decide that you're not going to follow what they tell you, then you'll become expendable.
Oh, very.
We see this all the time.
Did you see why MTG quit? I'm glad today's Conspiracy Tuesday. Don't just think that she didn't get no call when he called her a traitor to the party.
Right.
If you look at her speech, it was hidden. We're gonna get on that too on Friday when that members only. Yeah, that's gonna be because if you gotta dissect her speech that she said.
Right.
See, people don't be understanding, like, man, you don't know if her life was threatened. You don't know, like, cause she broke, she went against the grain, and it wasn't just the president. Same thing with all the other people. Man, that thing. I'm gonna send a video to you. That thing goes so deep. What's up, Yogi G? Did you know they got Clinton coming back in, him and his wife, and Hillary from this Epstein's files? I'm gonna send a video and show you that they will say that. Would you ever think that our president of the United States could be getting blackmailed?
Well, what did Kennedy do? Both of them slept with Marilyn Monroe.
But guess who they tried it on? On Clinton, because they wanted something gave. They wanted a favor did. And that was a way to put pressure on them. I'm saying that's what they bringing them in now.
Right.
The thing is it's so crazy that if people really go do your own research, y'all will start seeing some stuff like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You will see why people walking away. They don't want to resign because they just want to resign.
They want to resign. They're trying to resign because they have to. And
Yeah,
they're trying to cover their tracks so they don't do no time.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? The person like, let me go and get out. I don't want to be what they call what they when they challenge you. Like
Yeah.
you see what happened to Corey Bush, right?
Right.
You see what happened to Jamal Bowman, right?
Right.
All of them who went against their parties, you see how they came back and got them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So so now, what do we do? We should be very clear that we cannot participate in this system. That if you do, now you can participate, but understand you're gonna give your pound of flesh in one way, shape, or form.
Facts.
If you don't, if you participate in a manner that is like, I work every day, so I don't need your money. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it and use it, but I don't need it. And I'm gonna take it and use it for what I want to do because I work every day. So I don't need to have your money. This council money don't mean anything. But if I'm coming up, guess who else coming up? Hey man, we're gonna do something else. Uh-oh, chat disconnected. Something happened.
We'll figure. I'll get it together. We got like a few minutes.
So it's about, if we're going to all come up, we're all coming up. One thing that we can say about MC Hammer, when he was out and popular before they made him unpopular, is that everybody around him, okay, yeah, we got circles going on over here.
Yeah, it must be tripping.
Yeah.
It always do this over here.
Well, that means there's a lot of people that's on the network.
Yeah. I don't know why. Then we got our own whistle and our own Wi-Fi box.
Yeah, but
yeah,
just the signal.
Yeah. Probably could be from the rain too.
Mm-hmm.
You still on though?
Oh, okay.
I'm watching.
Okay.
Yeah, you never went on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I just saw that we weren't. I wasn't moving.
Just
no more
yeah. Just probably on that side. Nah, you on this side.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, fam. But anyway, what are we talking about?
A
bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But people are not honestly working and serving people anymore. And that's the sad part. That's the part that we're, like you said, we were just talking about a few minutes ago. I can get a council seat and I can sit back and kick my feet up because I'm not here. I can be here and it's going to be a year before anybody can say anything. And I understand having working time, that you got to get your feet wet, figure out how the system works, all that other stuff. But at the same time, be honest, be visible for people. If you're not a people person, then there's certain things you shouldn't be in. I'm as an educator, I'm a people person. Other than that, what am I gonna be there and I don't know what I'm doing? Don't like kids. I'm here just to get a check. For what? That's destructive. That's destructive. And so what people are essentially having gripes about is you're essentially destroying the system. And once you join that system, you're part of the machine. And being part of the machine means that you're going to acquiesce to whatever the machine wants. You literally don't run anything. You do what they tell you to do when they tell you to do it. They tell you to do 500 jumping jacks. Can I break them up into 50 10 times? Well, yeah, but as long as you get my 500 in. But it's the people The people have to be informed. The people have to know, hey, look, what's going on in your neighborhood that you want to see addressed? Real simple. You might have blight over here. You might have, and now that don't mean I want to hear from one person. If the 22nd ward got 500 people in it, guess what I'm doing? I'm knocking on everybody's door during that time, and I want to get a consensus of things that say, what it is. I need you to fill this form out. And I mean, because I might be running for the 22nd ward, and I want to know what issues and concerns that you have that we can address. You compile that information. I'm telling you how to do this. You compile that information, and you say, well, this is priority 1, 2, and you may have out of 500 people, and yes, it'll work. Hell yes, work. But out of 500 people, then you might have 10 things that are very clear and have things in common. And then you lay your agenda out. But if you're not willing to go knock on people's doors and talk to people, that's problematic. How do you know what it is that people need? Or if you serving part over here and not serving people over here, that doesn't make sense. That would be different. That'd be no different than me coming in to work tomorrow morning and saying, I'm only going to teach the 3rd graders. I don't care nothing about the 2nd graders, the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, because for whatever reason, they my favorites. That's unfair, because my job is there to serve the whole student body, no matter how they come. It's not there just to serve a small segment. What things are going to benefit everybody? So with the 22nd, with the number of people in the 22nd ward or whatever, I got these 10 things that I narrowed it down to. Once I get one thing checked off, I'm going to have a meeting, or I'm going to have a meeting before. Hey, look, this is what we're working on. I want y'all to know. I've got this. We got this going on. This is what's going to happen. This is what my plan. I need your support. You think people would care if I took extra cream off the damn butter? Hell no. They wouldn't care.
You got 3 minutes too, brother.
Okay. They wouldn't care. They could care less. Because we're clear how the system operates. The issue that they're preying on, not P-R-A-Y or P-R, but P-R-E-Y. The issue that they're preying on is people go like, well, and my vote don't matter no way, because I've thrown my hands up. Because I don't see nothing happening. So then people get in there, don't nobody know who they are. Where the hell did you come from? I don't know you.
Thanks.
But you ain't here making decisions. And don't nobody know who you are. And how did you get in anyway? Well, because you ran in a position that was unopposed for the mere fact that the level of apathy that we have, which is wrong. And once again, the places where we sit and worship, if you're gonna bring in somebody to let them think they running stuff, you should also be able to, hey, look, do y'all ask them questions? And I'm not gonna write guided questions. Nope. Such and such gonna come in here next week or during service. Get your questions ready. I'll be a member just to come up there and bust some ass. Just because I joined this week, so next week when the senator come up in here, they get ready to get it. Now, then after that, then I'm taking my membership back, and then I'm gonna go join the next church because the next visitor. It's about being informed.
Thanks.
And when people are trying to struggle and fight to live, they don't care nothing about being informed, and that's got to change as well. How much more time we got? 2 minutes, 1 minute?
1 minute.
1 minute. Well, family, become informed. I learn something from Uncle Mick every day, whether I act like it or not, but I always do. Very informative brother, and you know, he's made me raise my level of awareness, and I hope I've done a little bit for him as well. And you know, we got to be informed. You know, we can't be emotional in making decisions. They got to be based upon logic, based upon things that make sense, and not based upon emotion. Ain't none of them your friends. So let's be real clear about that. But learn how to be informed. If you have any questions, we'll be back on Friday. You can ask us any questions about anything that we talk about, please. That's what make the show flow as well. That's what we're here for. Okay? That's what we're here for. Because what that does for me too is it helps me learn some more and may have me go research some other things. All right, family. We appreciate your time this evening. Hopefully we gave you a little bit of stuff to go with your dinner. We appreciate you all. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. We'll see you this Friday.
We'll see you on Friday. 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on Friday.
And that'll be a members only.
Yeah, it's going to be fire. So your members, get your pens and pads ready because you're going to take some notes. You're going to need them.
And I can get all the stuff we need for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I can eat y'all food.
Yeah, you can eat all of the food you're going to get. All right, family.
Peace.